What's up everybody, Maik Wiedenbach here. So I was watching Deadpool 2 the other day, which sucked by the way, but anyways, I saw Josh Brolin and he looked really good, right? And so I made the big mistake of Googling his workout, and in any event, it said how he was doing mechanical drop sets, but then it was all wrong. So I shall correct this. We're doing mechanical drop sets with dumbbells. And mechanical drop sets targets an individual muscle by going from mechanically difficult to mechanically easier as the set progresses. So, case in point, for the chest for instance, okay? We would start with a chest fly, something like this. And then we would go into, since we have hex dumbbells, a squeeze press. And then lastly, we'd go into a incline dumbbell press, inward intention, no lockout. That would be for the chest, right? So for the triceps, you could be doing something like kickbacks properly, and then the different options. So it could be the Tate press, it's one I really like, or it could be like a really long stretch extension, which is a bit easier in the elbows than the actual skull crusher. And then you would be finishing up with some close grip parallel press, something like this. So again, the kickback being the most isolated, the most difficult one, and then we're going more into the compound. Let's say you want to train your medial delt, right? You would start out some sort of a proper side raise, and then as you fatigue, you stand up and you go into a V pull, and then you would be maybe doing some sort of a Cuban press to fully fatigue the muscle. So Josh Brolin got that wrong, but he looked really good, but it might be CGI, you know, it's so difficult to tell these days. You know, when I was younger, you know, you watched Rambo or these movies, you knew these guys actually look like that. Today, you know, you always have to wonder, like, am I chasing like a computer image? Like, you know, somebody told me once, like, oh, I want to look like the guys from 300. I'm like, it's a CGI movie. What don't you get? Those aren't real people. That's like saying I want to be like Harry Potter. Biceps would be, you know, an incline, like getting a proper stretch in, that obviously being the most difficult. And then you could be a regular curl, and then you would be into a hammer curl, getting the auxiliary muscle, the brachialis in, you know. Shoulder press, if you just want to do like a regular press, you could be starting out with an Arnold press, even though I hear that he never did those, but I would still call them like this, and then move into a regular, and then you could be doing some sort of like a squat push press. For the back, since we only have dumbbells, it has to be a row, right? I would do rows elbows out, rows elbows in, and then deadlifts and rows. So that would cover my lats. And for those who would actually train legs, stiff lunge, so with the front heel elevated, and then stepping back lunge, and then you could finish with a regular lunge. And before you know it, you are in Deadpool 3, because they left the door wide open for a sequel, even though they shouldn't, because it was really bad. Mike out.